Welcome back to Prison Architect, everybody. Welcome back to our still as yet unnamed prison. You know, we still haven't picked a name for this beautiful place that's going to become the battery farm. Like maybe we could call it Battersea. You know, after like the Battersea power station and shit. I don't know. A pretty shit suggestion. But I figured I could start by outlining the vision. Okay, so this thing, I think, is going to prove itself. All right. Yeah, we need to do some bureaucracy as well. Actually, I think this is going to prove itself when we get some cells and stuff in here. But obviously, we need to research the small cells. That's going to be important. We've got some administration stuff to do. I want to like fill this whole area up with these. Okay, and they're all going to be in like one big building. And I think there's going to be a corridor coming down the middle of each of them. Okay, we might have space for a corridor down the middle like that as well. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that's going to be the vision up there. Down here, I think the yard is going to end up stretching all the way across. Okay, and then like we've got plenty of space for utility buildings and stuff. Okay, and a large chunk of this is going to become our canteen. Excuse me, sore throat. A large chunk of this is going to be our canteen. Because like I said, I want it to be like a big fuck-off canteen where everybody's going to be like fighting each other for territory and stuff like that, you know. The yard will probably get a bit deeper as well. These are going to be like probably administration, you know, storage, that kind of shit. Like maybe we'll extend this up and get some offices and move like this somewhere else. I think we'll close up these gaps as well. I think that's going to be the intention with the gaps. But first things first, let's get some bureaucracy on the go, okay? Because we really do need, like, the basics, you know? Security, psychology, health, and maintenance. They are, like, four... Oh, look, finance is just about finished. Four of the main things that we're going to be needing if we're going to run a successful prison, okay? Now, accountancy is just unlocked. Bam, we can complete our second grants, and that's given us a big chunk of payment right there. Now let's have a look at what else we've got available to us. So we've got cell block A. All right, that's get our prisoner capacity up to 15. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on in my throat. I've all of a sudden, I've just developed like a frog in my throat. I do apologise. We're going to take cell block A. Okay, so instantly gives us 20 grand, which means that we can go straight for small cells. How do we... Oh, we need a lawyer, of course. Excuse me, now I'm burping as well. Yes, we're going to have to get a lawyer. We'll finish that office off. That way we can get our small cells in and get cell block A done. Then we've also got... What else have we got here? Prison maintenance. We could do that so that we can keep the place nice and tidy. Security procedures. Staff well. We could do the staff well-being. I mean, that's probably a decent one to do, especially as it's easier to do when you've got as few staff as possible than when you've got lots and lots of staff. Then it becomes a real pain in the arse to do. The reason it becomes a pain in the arse is because you need 5 guards without duties that are, and everyone needs to be like fully rested. And when you've got like 100 staff, that's nigh on impossible task. When we've got 2, a little bit easier. Okay, we're going to have to hire some more to complete the task, but we can always sack them off afterwards, can't we? I mean, I'm sure somebody in a legal department will have something to complain about. But let's start by getting our lawyer's office in, because without the lawyer's office, we're never going to get those small cells. And honestly, we need those small cells. Okay, like they are going to be a requirement of you know what? Let's do it the other way, shall we? They're going to be a requirement of this prison because obviously we're going to be battery farming, like I said. And I without them, there isn't a soul to this prison. Okay, the small cells are literally they're going to be the glue that hold everything together. I'll be honest. Okay, so it's really important we get those right. These offices, they're pretty bare, they're pretty simple, but you know what? I don't give a shit. These guys can kind of they can come in and decorate it themselves. You know what? That could be part of their contract. They can be stipulated on their contract that if they want carpet, they're going to have to pay for it themselves. Okay, like that's just we're going to do that. All right, but especially as like we've just got a lawyer moving in here. Okay, he's not, you know, he's got enough money. He can spend less money on cocaine for a week, right? And just like put himself in a new carpet, you know, get some sofas he wants. We'll see if he does it or not. If he doesn't, you know, maybe we'll decorate the place to make it look a bit better. Who knows? Okay, but he's going to get on the job of researching our small cells, which is going to take an entire game day. Which is a little bit frustrating. So we're going to speed that up. Now, there's some things we need to actually do okay? Because it turns out that like not all of the electric cables are hooked up, for example. So let's just run. You know what? Screw it. Let's just run it all the way down to there for now. What we're going to do is the grid system that we had in Morningwood. You know, like that system. It worked pretty well because the as long as they cross over rooms, like the little wires tend to cover everything else like this, which is exactly what we need. This large pipe never got connected up, so let's do that. But everything else seems to be okay. What we don't have though is any lights in this utility building. Now, I mean, granted, it's not really meant to have a kitchen in it. It's the kitchen's been retrofitted to serve a purpose. But we'll give them some lights anyway so they can actually see what the fuck they're doing. Now, do we want to put windows in this place? What do you reckon? I think maybe we'll get some windows in like the outside edges, and like we'll leave all of the inside edges with no windows because I don't want them passing shit around in their cells. Honestly, like we can put a window. I don't know if the temperature and stuff is becoming a problem in here. We'll put some windows in, but honestly, I think we ideally we won't. You know. Maybe we'll have like a few cells with windows so that they can be considered like a better quality, because that shit matters, you know. They'll move the better behaved prisoners into the better quality cells. What's going on in here anyway? We've got Jerome. Yeah, he's still looking pretty violent. He's still injured as well. I guess because we don't have a doctor to come in and cure him. We've got Baker, the old Baker kidnapper and killer. We're not going to look at him. Mackenzie, what are you doing in here, Mackenzie? You were done for riding? Were you undercover on a case, Mackenzie? I guess he was. Like, he was undercover, and he's in a different state. He doesn't have any of his papers, and he's been arrested. And whoa. Oh, okay, really fast. He's been arrested and locked up. You know, which isn't what he needed on a case. But he's decided to go undercover into prison. Maybe he's trying to like scope out some kind of drug lord that we've got on board, perhaps. That could be a thing, couldn't it? So maybe we should start building a staff room. What do you reckon? Could be an idea. I mean, the problem is, right, I kind of wanted to put a staff room down here. So it is messing with my plan a little bit. What we could do, just for now, is put the staff room up here so that it kind of matches the bottom half layout of the prison. Of course, we're like I said, we are ideally going to be removing that utility room from its current location. So I'm gonna work under the assumption that actually there's going to be like 2 more offices here, perhaps, so we can get like some more lawyers and stuff in. But yeah, how's everybody's weekend been? You know, it's probably Monday now when I'm uploading this. We had a good weekend. We went and saw the sister-in-law. We took the kids up because she hasn't met her new niece. We had barbecue. You know, it was good. Lots of family members came. Pretty standard occasion for that sort of thing. You know what I mean? It was good at the end of the day. Highly enjoyable occasion had by all. Other than that, went and got some food at Harvester today. You know, classic Harvester meal. I think everybody's been to a Harvester in their life once or twice, right? Like I'm not wrong in saying that. If you haven't, like you should probably go to one. It's an interesting experience. Okay, I'm not gonna claim that like they serve the best food or that like you're gonna get, you know, some fantastic like culinary cuisine. But you will get like good old fashioned family restaurant kind of vibes, which are always appreciated. Honestly, I like a good old fashioned family restaurant. It's not about you, but I do. I should apologise for some mic issues. Like recently, the last few videos, because I kind of recorded them all in a single session. Honestly, they had some weird like peaking issues. I'm hoping that I've managed to alleviate them today. I'm sorry if there are any in this particular video, but I think somebody with better knowledge of like mixing equipment and stuff could probably tell you what it is that I did wrong. But I had some specific dial turned up, and it meant that like when I was away from the mic, it was really 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 quiet. And when I was close to the mic, it was, you know, it just sounded really really horrible. So I apologise for that. That's my bad. I'm hoping that I've managed to fix it this time. I'm hoping that, you know, it isn't peaking out like it was before. The other problem is, right, they changed Audacity. I use like the most up-to-date version of Audacity I've got now, and they changed it. And ever since they changed it, like it doesn't show you when things are peaking. I don't know. Maybe there's an option somewhere that I can change. I haven't really poked around all that much. I'll be honest. Like I need to poke around a little bit more and work out what it is that I should turn on and turn off and stuff. But yeah, I missed that setting. I enjoyed being able to see when shit was going wrong basically. So never mind on that one. Let's get some drinks machines in here because that's pretty much all they need, right? It's sofas and drinks machines, and then they can be happy. I want to get a TV for them. That was the idea of this little square of sofas. It's meant to be like a little TV watching area. We're going to leave it like that for now. It's pretty sparse, but we'll populate it with some more stuff when when the time is right. Oh, for God's sake, Jerome. You know what? I don't even care. Just bleed out. That's fine. We'll just leave him to it. He's unconscious. He's going to bleed out. We don't have anywhere to put him. You know what? That's fine. If he bleeds out, we'll get a bit of money paid to us for the next person coming in, won't we? Which would be nice. So how's our bureaucracy going anyway? We're halfway through small cells, which is good. We've got security done, so we can get ourselves a warden, and it looks like we can get ourselves a foreman as well. Okay, so we do have an office. I mean, it may have been a better idea to get the chief instead of the foreman, but I kind of having the foreman's useful because there's some stuff in here which is really good to research. You see, like cleaning, groundskeeping, bits and pieces like that. Why are these? Are they just red? Okay, I genuinely didn't notice that these were red before. I guess I kind of feel like red means that you can't unlock something, but it's absolutely fine. I want to get some cleaners in this place. Look at it. It's like somebody has literally just taken a dump on the floor, like bent their knees and sat down, and then just dragged themselves around the prison like a dog with worms. You know, like it's pretty grim, pretty disgusting. I'm hoping we can fix some of that. I'm kind of tempted to close up these gaps now. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to just yet because I think it's something we're going to have to do when we've got a lot of spare money. But can somebody come and deal with Felix Jerome? Fine. Look, fine. Whatever. Where's the old? There it is. Fine. Call in a paramedic. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, no, I don't want to call them in twice. There we go. Get rid of him. We don't need him. He's fine now. He's got up. He's going for a shower. Like, I just as I called in the paramedics, he was like, no, you know what, buddy? Fuck you. Now you've paid money for the paramedics to come in. I'm going to get up. So that was a waste of like $1,000 I think I just spent. Oh no, $200. That's fine. We can afford $200 to, teach Jerome a lesson about being a douchebag who lies on the floor bleeding out in my prison. You made a mess, man. We don't have any cleaners to come in and clean this up. You better grab some toilet roll and wipe that shit up, all right? Look, get in there. Get in there, you son of a bitch. Yeah, okay, so what are we going to do next? I guess the first thing we really want to do is get these cells done, right? We've got 6 hours left to actually get the cells down. Once we get the cells down, we're going to get this completed, which will be good. We've got the staff room now. We need to have 5 guards without assigned duties. Is that it? No, there we go. Right, now, oh, shit. Now, I mean, it was a bit of a waste of money, but we got that money back from the grant completion bonus. We definitely need to sack some of these guys, though. There we go. We've got 5 guards. You think 5 guards is too many? 5 guards is too many, right? Let's just have 3 guards. We can have a new guard join the pack. I may have fired some of the old guards. I don't know. I'm hoping that like we managed to keep the old guards on and fire just the new guys. But we'll see, won't we? I'm sure there'll be, some kind of tribunal to find out why these guys were hired and then unceremoniously fired almost straight away. But it looks like Jerome is now bleeding all over the canteen, which really isn't healthy. I hope he doesn't have any kind of blood diseases because he's going to be spreading that shit around the prison if he keeps making a mess like this. So it sounds like, I got excited. It sounded like something had completed, which I guess was psychology. It wasn't small cells though, which I'll be honest is the only thing I actually cared about. Where do we want to put a kitchen though? This is the thing, right? We're going to need a big kitchen, like a seriously big kitchen. I think what we might have to do is have like a strip of kitchen that comes down the side here, and then as the canteen kind of goes out, the kitchen can kind of come down. We're going to end up with like a weird L shape, but then maybe we can turn this into like workshops and stuff, something like that. like I said, I think we're going to make the yard bigger at the end of the day. Like, the yard is pretty tiny. I think it could probably do with being extended down. Like, maybe this wall could come up to here, and then we can just like have this whole area that's open. You know, we won't bother fencing it off. We'll just leave it open, like a slightly unusual shape. And maybe we'll start like the rest of the building down here. So we've got a huge area to play. I mean, look at the size of this map. It's massive, right? I mean, I'm sure we're going to be running out of space at some point in the future. But for now, oh, it's nearly done. It's nearly done. For now, it's pretty big, and we're you know, it's a lot bigger than we need at the end of the day. Let's have a look then. So what do we want? Short-term investment, maybe? Long-term investment? I mean, we don't really have the funds to do that, do we? So maybe, oh, there we go. We've got small cells. Maybe we'll take prison maintenance. We're already halfway there, right? Exactly. We need to get groundskeeping. $2,000. There we go. We can pay that on top of the cleaning. And now we can get our small cells in. Okay. So, small cells. And, they just need to be enclosed, indoors, bed and a toilet. So they need to be big enough for a bed and a toilet, right? There we go. That's pretty much it. That's all the space that you need. You know, there are some cool things you can do with the toilets, actually. It turns out that you can, for example, put a drain and a shower and a toilet all in exactly the same spot. And that will let you have a cell this size that has a bed, a toilet and a shower in it. And you can just schedule like a shit ton of lockup. And then they'll all be stuck in there. Let's get rid of this solitary cell, shall we? They'll all be stuck in there and like, you know, they'll be able to keep themselves clean and take a shit and stuff like that. And just keep themselves happy. Which is kind of what you're after, right? Like you don't want angry prisoners like shitting all over their beds and then not being able to clean up after themselves. So it is a shame that we have to give them a toilet though. Because obviously the toilets open up things to escape attempts, don't they? And we honestly, I fucking hate escape attempts. Like those sons of bitches. If they try and escape this place, I might just like lock them up in like a horrendous hole somewhere for 24 hours and just leave them. See how they like it, you know. Let's fill in one of these corners, right? Oh no, it's going to destroy the wall if I do that. I wanted to fill it in and make some solitary cells. I think I'm going to have to just put some solitaries somewhere else for now. Where's a reasonable? We'll just plonk a little building up here, okay? And we'll have 2 solitary cells in it. It's going to be very, very, very basic, very small. $750. You know, it's nice and cheap, so that we don't waste any of that precious cell money that we want to. There we go. That we want to get down here. Nice, here we are. This is definitely the quickest way to do this, right? Like, I could have just sat and placed all the beds and then placed all the toilets, but this way I do half the clicking. I mean, not quite half. I mean, maybe half the click. I don't know, someone can work it out. Like, I have to click an extra time to clone with the right click, but then I'd also have to click down here to switch between the 2 items. So maybe it doesn't matter. What is this? Utility room. I guess it's one of the quick builds, isn't it? So I guess it must be probably a room that, oh, maybe it's got washing machines in, actually. I was going to say maybe it's a room with like power supplies and shit like that, and the water pumps. I think it's probably like for washing shitty clothes and stuff, isn't it? Did I make this out of brick? No, I didn't, did I? I made it out of concrete. I'm fairly sure I made it out of concrete. Can somebody come and put these doors in, though, please? These are a high priority, honestly. Higher priority than, there we go, than most of these cells. I'd rather you came and put these doors in first, so that I can complete this building. Put a wall in. Oh, for God's sake, what are you guys... That was retarded. Sorry if that offends anyone, but they literally just... They came in this room and then got locked in there. Like it was a really important thing that they had to go in there. You know? No, well, fuck it. They can put the piece of wall in there. They can... There we go. Turn those into 2 solitary cells. That's fine. We don't need more than 2 for now. But we do, however, need to get 2 janitors and a gardener. And that's our 3rd grant completed today. Bam. We've busted through them. We've made a shit ton of money. Okay, we've got 35 grand now to spend. We've set up our first cell block. Oh yeah, we busted through even more, didn't we? Because we busted through the, you know, that other one that we had to do, the cell block one. Shit, we made some good progress today. All right, we've got a whole load of money. We're going to get these utilities and stuff hooked up. We'll turn this into a proper shower quarter at some point, and then maybe we will look at building another cell block over here so we can start doubling up, because there's 20 people in this cell block, which is a pretty good count. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment and tell your friends. You know, I love Prison Architect. You probably love it. Make sure that they love it as well. Get them to buy it. And yeah, come and join us in Discord, and I will see you in the next video.